5 years. Time flies. And choosing your gear, the right gear for your work, it ain't easy. Especially when you know that you are going to invest a lot of money in it. It's usually the case. There are no perfect tools out there, but there is maybe one that is perfect for almost all your needs. That was kind of my quest back in 2016. I was looking for 2 flashes that would suit my work, and I went for the BRONCOLOR SirosL, the 800 watts versions. I traveled and used most of the time 2 different light modifiers. The BeautyBox 65, it's like a collapsible beauty dish, and the 120 by 90 softbox with grid and an extra layer of diffusion. 5 years and thousands of photos later, here are a few words on my experience with these lights and would I make the same choice today in 2021? We're not going to do a technical scientific review of these flashes because this bores me to death. I'm going to talk about my experience with them, why I chose them in the first place, how they behaved on set on different projects, and yeah, basically my feeling about them, the things that I love and the things that I hate. So let's go back in time. Back in 2016, me and my wife left our old lives behind. We sold almost all of our stuff, bought an RV and traveled all across Europe for several months. We knew right away that space would be an issue. I needed to find gear that would fit into the RV, but would let me create the images that I want. Before going on this trip, I tried to work with different tools. I worked with speed lights, the Canon ones. I also tried the Ellen Chrome lights. But ultimately, I chose the BRONCOLOR 1200L and the Para 88. I knew early on that I needed power. I needed color accuracy and consistency under any circumstances. And of course, I needed my light modifiers to be small, lightweight, and easy to set up and pack. So choosing the Para 88 and the BRONCOLOR 1200L wasn't a wise choice. It's bulky, it's big, it has the power and the quality of light that I was looking for, but it wasn't suited for traveling. And that's when the SirosLs were announced, and I was one of the very few lucky photographers to have a pair to test. They work on batteries, they're super powerful, they deliver an amazing light. They're a bit bulky and a bit heavy, but back then, no competitors were proposing anything like them. So with the 120 by 90 centimeters softbox and the BeautyBox 65, this was my arsenal for this trip. Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, Portugal, and of course, France. I used them in a wide variety of situations.
Let's go.
Let's try the first one. Parti. For those of you who have been following me for some time now, you probably already know the end of this story. Unfortunately, after 9 months, we got robbed in Portugal and we had to end this amazing journey. Yeah, I can now talk about all this without crying, which is a good thing. And fortunately for us, most of my photography gear wasn't in the RV when they broke in. So after this incident, we decided to settle down and we chose the city of Antibes in the southeast of France on the French Riviera. And I have to say I often use the SirosLs there to battle against the sun. Having these powerful portable flashes allowed me to work anywhere, fast, and under any circumstances.
C'est parti.
Versatile and robust, they rarely gave up on me on set. Rarely. Rarely. I have to be honest. I had a few misfires. Sometimes the flash just didn't want to fire. And a few times on the French Riviera, under the hard-hitting sun, the unit became too hot and just stopped working. But in the past 5 years, this happened only less than a dozen times. I mean, I'm really rough with my gear, so I can confidently say that these flashes are amazingly built and reliable. But now I live in Toulouse, and I often ask myself if these strobes, these flashes are still relevant for me, for the type of work that I do. I still work on location, I'm always on the move, I need to set up and pack quickly, and I often need to be able to use these flashes, my flashes, without being plugged in. 2 batteries can last me an entire day. I would recommend a third one if you really don't want to be short in power. The only cons for me is the weight and size of these flashes. If you want to use them overhead, over your talent, the person you are photographing, you will have to use a heavy, sturdy light stand. You don't want to put these on a cheap light stand. And I talked about it earlier in this video. I used to work with the Para 88, one of my favorite light modifier on the market, but too big, too heavy to have it in the van, in the RV back then. I have never done it, but apparently you can do it. You can use your SirosLs on the Paras, but make sure you use them on the bigger ones. Another important thing, something that I really love about the SirosLs compared to the 1200L, the Move 1200L, is that the Move is absolutely not compatible with the BRONCOLOR app, which is a shame. The BRONCOLOR app lets you control multiple lights from a distance, the SirosLs, the Scoros, but not the 1200L. To sum this up, if you look at my work, the work that I've done the past 4 or 5 years, if you look at my portfolio, 85% of my work probably was done with the SirosLs, which shows how much I love these lights. But today, with my experience, I believe that because of the size and weight of these lights, they are not the perfect on-location strobes that you can get. They are not suited for traveling. The problem is, after 5 years, still today, in 2021, very few other manufacturers propose something equivalent or something that offers more. I know that for a lot of you out there, the price of these strobes might be a concern. But remember one thing, these flashes are aimed at professionals. There are other alternatives out there from other manufacturers like Godox, for example, but quality and reliability might be an issue. So what are they waiting for? 5 years back, Broncolor was this close to propose something almost perfect for photographers like me. Maybe it's coming, maybe Broncolor has something up their sleeves, or maybe another brand will come out with a brand new light that will make these SirosLs obsolete. For me, it's really a matter of time. I'm really surprised that nobody has come up with something new these days. If I had to make this choice, the choice that I made back in 2016, today, that choice would be tough. What about you? What are your favorite lights? What system, what brand did you choose? And why did you choose them? Tell us in the comments below. Like always, there will be more on my blog, and I guess that I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, please have a good one.